Good morning, students, and welcome to today's lecture on excretory system of Amphioxus. In the earlier lectures, we have studied about digestive system, the food feeding habit of uh, Amphioxus, and physiology of digestion in Amphioxus. Now, today in this part, we are going to study the excretory system of Amphioxus. Now, Amphioxus excretory system, it resembles the excretory system in invertebrates. Generally, this type of excretory system is present in the flatworms and polychaetes, polychaete type of annelids. The excretory organs generally, in case of Amphioxus, they are protonephridia. But some other organs or the cells, they are also regarded to be excretory in function in case of Amphioxus. We are going to study in detail all such parts, but the main excretory organ is nephridia. So first we will start with nephridia or protonephridia. In case of Amphioxus, the excretion is performed by protonephridia. So firstly, we will see the protonephridia. So protonephridia are ectodermal in origin. So they originate from ectoderms. There are about 90 to 100 paired segmental protonephridia. They are situated on the lateral surface of pharynx. So generally, this type of excretory organs are present in the pharyngeal region, or you can say in the branchial region. So these are there are about 90 to 100 pairs of protonephridia which are segmentally situated on the lateral surface of the pharynx. Each nephridium is roughly inverted L shape. As you can see in this diagram, this nephridium is roughly inverted L shape. It has two limbs. One is vertical limb, one is horizontal limb, or you can say upper limb. The nephridium, its vertical limb is parallel to the primary gill bar. As we have seen that the pharynx is perforated by gills, and the gills are supported by gill bars. Initially there are primary gill bars, and further dorsal wall of the gill, it divides the gill into smaller and more number of the gill slits. So that result into formation of secondary gill bar. But initially there are primary gill bar, and hence this nephridia which are present on lateral wall of the pharynx, they are parallel to the primary gill bar. The vertical limb lies in the coelomic canal of primary gill bar and ends blindly. The upper limb may be called as horizontal limb. In figure we have shown it as horizontal limb. So this upper limb or horizontal limb, it opens into the atrium through an aperture which is called nephridiopore. It is labeled here, nephridiopore. This one is the aperture. So this upper limb opens into atrium through this nephridiopore. That means whatever the waste is collected in this protonephridium, it is excreted, or you can say it is released into atrium through this nephridiopore. The nephridiopore lies against the secondary gill bar. So it is present against the secondary gill bar. From dorsal and anterior surface of nephridium, numerous short branches arise. So in the diagram, we can see that here are the short branches. These are the short branches which arise from this dorsal and anterior surface. This anterior surface, this one is the dorsal surface. So from this dorsal and anterior surface, such small branches, they arise from dorsal and anterior surface. Each branch has opening of many fine tubules. Again in the diagram we can see that each branch receive many such fine or small tubules. Each tubule end into a solenocyte, which may be referred as flame cell. these are solenocytes. All these are solenocytes which are present over very fine tubules. There are about such 500 solenocytes in each nephridium. That means one nephridium contains approximately about 500 such solenocytes. A single nephridium contains 500 solenocytes, and each nephridium, it has approximate size of 50 micron. So each solenocyte measures about 50 micron in length. Each solenocyte contain a nucleus. In the diagram it is seen that here is the nucleus, and also it has a large flagellum. This one is a large flagellum. So these flagellum, they are present in the tubule. So this flagellum runs through this long tubule. The nephridia are richly supplied with blood vessels. Each nephridium is richly supplied with blood vessels, and these solenocytes, they project into the coelomic cavity. That means the waste from blood vessel and the waste from coelomic fluid, both is collected by nephridia. From the coelomic fluid, waste is collected by this solenocyte, and from the, as the nephridia itself are supplied with blood vessels, so waste from the blood, it is also collected inside the limbs of nephridia. So nitrogenous waste products are eliminated from the blood and coelomic fluid. As we have seen that this solenocyte, they help in separation of, or you can say elimination of nitrogenous waste from blood and coelomic fluid. The waste products are passed into atrium through nephridiopore, because the nephridiopore, it opens into atrium. So whatever the waste is collected by the solenocyte and inside the nephridium, it is poured through nephridiopore into the atrium, and finally the atrium which surround the pharynx, that atrium collect this nitrogenous waste and also the water which comes through buccal cavity. So all such waste along with water, it is then eliminated out through atriopore. Then second part of excretory system, as we have already said that the initial excretory organ is protonephridia, but along with protonephridia, there are some other parts present in Amphioxus which may be regarded as excretory in function. So out of that, the next part is Hatch's nephridia. Uh, Remember this diagram. This diagram we have already seen in the buccal cavity. That means in the digestive system, where we have explained the structure of buccal cavity and mouth. So again in this diagram, the Hatch's nephridium is seen. This is the Hatch's nephridium. Here it is labeled Hatch's nephridium. So it is also a long tube-like structure which resembles the nephridia. It also resembles the nephridia. It also has solenocyte. Also the solenocytes are labeled here. You can see in the diagram. This is a long tube-like structure, and on its surface it has a solenocyte. So it is present. It is situated on the left and ventral side of notochord. So this one is notochord, and on the left and ventral side of notochord, this here is Hatch's nephridium, and it is present in oral hood region. Posteriorly, it opens into pharynx. That means this Hatch's nephridium posteriorly opens into pharynx just behind the velum. Here you can see this is the velum, and behind the velum this Hatch's nephridium open into pharynx. Whereas anteriorly it is blind. So here it ends blindly just in front of Hatch's groove. This is the Hatch's groove, and here it ends blindly. Okay. Along its whole length, it receives solenocyte. You can see along its whole length from here, it contains solenocyte. Throughout the surface, it contains all solenocytes, and these are surrounded with coelomic sacs. Then third part or third excretory organ, or you can say third excretory group of cell, that is renal papillae. The renal papillae are small groups of epithelial columnar cells which are present on the floor of atrium. So these renal papillae, they are found on the floor surface of atrium. Their excretory function is not well known, but still they are present in atrium, so it is regarded to be having some excretory function. But what exact function do they perform, it is not well known. The last part, that is brown funnels. So these are large tube-like structures which are present on dorsal side of the pharynx at its posterior end. That means at the posterior end of the pharynx, it contains such large tube-like structures on the dorsal side. This tube-like structure, they have a wide posterior end which opens into the atrium, whereas the tube has narrow anterior end which opens into dorsal coelomic canal. So this tube, you can say brown funnel, it has two ends, anterior and posterior. The posterior end has a wide opening, funnel like opening, and the anterior end is narrow. These funnels are lined with columnar cells. These brown funnels, they are lined with columnar cells, and these columnar cells, they contain brown color pigment which is supposed to be the excretory product. So this brown segment is supposed to be the excretory product. So these are the various you can say excretory part found in uh, Amphioxus, and this is about the excretory system of Amphioxus. So in next lecture we will study about the gonads of Amphioxus. That is the next part of our topic, gonads of Amphioxus. So till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.